Well, hello again, and welcome to another episode of Weird News and Wacky History, a look behind the scenes of what's been happening throughout the years. I'm your host, Pastor Roland Moss, author, historian, and speaker. Have you noticed throughout the years that some folks have proven exceptionally hard to kill? Here's a few of them. Times were tough in New York in 1932, so speakeasy owner Tony Marino, bartender Joseph Murphy, grocer Daniel Kreisberg, and undertaker Francis Pasqua decided to take out huge insurance policies on a local Irish derelict named Michael Malloy, let him drink himself to death, and then collect. What could possibly go wrong? Beginning in December of 1932, they poured endless bottles of illegal hooch down his throat. After a few days, the conspirators switched to poisonous wood alcohol. He loved it, mumbling, "Give me some of that old regular, me lad." Poisoned oysters, rotten sardines, and metal shaving sandwich also failed. One frigid night, they doused the unconscious man with water and left him on a park bench a half a mile away to freeze. Next day, he wobbled in, complaining of a wee chill. With February's insurance payment coming due, the inept assassins hit Malloy with a car, backed over him to make sure. Next day, he staggered through the door, bandaged and annoyingly still alive. The murderous quartet finally succeeded in killing Malloy by stuffing a hose attached to an unlit gas light down his throat. Convicted, the foursome were sent to Sing Sing prison, where they learned firsthand that the electric chair kills you absolutely dead on the very first try. Even fictional characters were hard to dispose of. At age 34, Arthur Conan Doyle had had enough of Sherlock Holmes. Although wildly popular in the pages of the Strand magazine, Doyle was heartily sick of his crime solver. "I have had such an overdose of him that I feel toward him as I do towards pâté de foie gras, of which I once ate too much." So Doyle plunged Holmes and arch nemesis Dr. Moriarty off of a cliff into Switzerland's Reichenbach waterfall. Doyle noted smugly in his diary for that day in 1893, "Killed Holmes." Not quite. 20,000 Strand magazine readers immediately canceled their subscriptions. The publication staff called Holmes' death, quote, "the dreadful event," unquote. The magazine barely survived. Doyle started receiving hate mail. "Let's keep Holmes alive," clubs sprang up, but Doyle remained adamant, calling Holmes' death justifiable homicide. The uproar among angry readers increased. Doyle was stunned. No fictional character had ever had a fan following before. By 1901, the pressure became so intense that Doyle wrote The Hound of the Baskervilles, hoping to pacify his readers. They just roared for more. Finally, in 1903, 10 years after his deadly fall, it was revealed in The Adventure of the Empty House that Holmes had faked the whole thing, and Holmes' popularity has soared ever since. Even America couldn't deal with one problematic dictator. The U.S. has a long history of installing and deposing foreign leaders, all in America's best interests, of course. So when Fidel Castro came to power in Cuba, the CIA decided to remove the bombastic, bearded dictator. They attacked him with LSD, poisoned his cigars, put explosives in his cigars, laced his cigars with botulism, tried gunning him down at Havana University, tried tossing grenades at him at a baseball game, even hired the mob. All failed. They put thallium in his shoes to make his beard fall out, placed a seashell bomb where Castro, an avid scuba diver, would find it. They poisoned his wetsuit, and his mistress even tried killing him with poison pills hidden in her cold cream. They melded, by the way. Recently, declassified documents revealed how often our presidents tried to get rid of Castro. Eisenhower tried 38 times, JFK gave it a shot 42 times, Johnson attempted 72 times, Nixon made 184 stabs at it, while Carter tried 64 times. Reagan staged a staggering 197 attempts. George H.W. Bush tried only 16 times, with Clinton bringing up the rear at 21 tries. Former head of Cuban intelligence Fabian Escalante reported 634 attempts on Castro's life. Eventually, El Presidente died of natural causes at age 90. After that, I guess some turnabout should be expected. Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin loved movies. Big time. The highlight of his day was going to the theater. Imagining himself a writer, director, producer, and editor without equal, Stalin routinely ordered scenes reshot, dialogue rewritten, and film producers promoted or imprisoned. When he discovered John Wayne's outspoken anti-communist views, Stalin ordered the KGB to kill the superstar. According to film historian and author Michael Munn, legendary Hollywood stuntman Yakima Canute revealed how the FBI came to warn the Western star. John told the FBI to let the men show up and he would deal with them. In true Hollywood style, he staged a fake execution scenario at a nearby beach. The two hitmen were apparently so scared that they stayed in the U.S. and worked for the FBI. Wayne then enlisted friendly stuntmen to infiltrate communist groups to learn of future plots. Mao Zedong of China even sent snipers to shoot him while filming in Vietnam in 1966. Khrushchev took over as Soviet premier after Stalin's death in 1953. In 1958, he apologized to the Star for the attempted hit. That was a decision of Stalin during his last 5 mad years. When Stalin died, I rescinded the order. Wowzers, who knew that making movies could be so hazardous to your health? And that's about all the time we have for this episode of Weird News and Wacky History, a look behind the scenes at what's been happening throughout the years. I'm your host, Pastor Roland Moss, author, historian, and speaker, hoping that all of your history can be just a bit weird.